This news update is brought to you by
Grab somebody and tell them hello. Your happiness will be connected to flow. Smile and cheer because that is we flow. Grab somebody and tell them hello. With your hands in the air, hands in the air, hands in the air, hands in the air. This is how we flow, yeah. Grab somebody and tell them this is how we flow.
This is the Barbados Today evening update for Monday, November 16. Thanks for joining us. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. We begin with news of major developments in the telecommunications industry. Cable and wireless communications, which trades here as Flow, could soon be under new ownership. Liberty Global PLC has agreed to buy cable and wireless communications for $5.3 billion US. Today's announcement follows earlier reports that Liberty Global had expressed an interest in acquiring the telecoms company. A statement from Cable and Wireless Communications issued today said the board concluded that it is in the long-term best interest of the company, its shareholders, employees and customers to sell the business. Liberty Global operates mainly in Europe, but is poised to extend its presence in Latin America and the Caribbean. It's just under 1 week before Christchurch West MP Dr. Maria Agard faces the National Council of the Barbados Labour Party to answer to disciplinary charges. The party has laid 9 charges against Dr. Agard in the latest development in the ongoing dispute between the MP and her constituency branch that has seen the opposition MP refusing to work with the newly elected executive. Political activist David Comissiong says the BLP branch needs to respond to what he calls an outright dismissal of its legitimacy and existence. Comissiong, who is also the leader of the People's Empowerment Party, says not to do so would mean it accepts the notion that a political party is irrelevant outside of the election season.
The thing that Ms. Agard has to be conscious of is that if she declares publicly and openly that she is no longer, that she doesn't consider herself to be accountable or to be accountable or beholden to the constituency branch or its executive committee, then the constituency branch is entitled to say, if you no longer consider yourself to be accountable to us or to be representative in some way of us, then we obviously are at liberty to choose another person to be our candidate in any upcoming election. I mean, that is the logic of the position that she has taken.
Local entrepreneurs are being told they need to brush up on innovation and research, and officials are hoping to provide some help in those areas as the Barbados Youth Business Trust partners with a number of agencies to host the annual Global Entrepreneurship Week of activities. Executive Director of the BYBT, Cardell Ferguson, told the launch of activities this morning that it is necessary for businesses to become more competitive in order to grow the economy.
And it's because we are not seeing as much competitiveness in the market that we decided to focus on competitiveness for Global Entrepreneurship Week. So the areas that we saw was lacking are those 4 areas that we are calling IRE. Yes, Innovation, Research, Incubation and Export. It is IRE. It is those 4 areas that we see that there is need for the entrepreneurs to brush up on. A lot of the times for innovation, what we are seeing is that somebody will come out with a good idea, a business that they see can grow, and within 16 days, there is 20 more people doing the same thing in the same way. Nobody is focusing on building up a business model which can help them to have the same business but be different.
This year's theme is increasing competitiveness with the focus on innovation, research, incubation, and export. As the Caribbean continues to join in the condemnation of Friday's attacks in Paris, one of the questions being asked is, could this happen here? And if it does, will we be able to survive it, particularly the tourism industry? Government Senator Irene Sandiford Garner says she is not sure Barbados will survive such an attack.
Well, with mature industries, they have the capacity to bounce back, to come back. They have the capacity because they have the infrastructure. As a mature industry, they have the systems in place that they are more resilient and they have the capacity to be more resilient than a little dot like Barbados. God forbid that anything of this sort should happen in a tiny little like us. But I don't know that we could recover rapidly from that. We wouldn't be able to because we don't have the resources, we don't have the experience, and we don't have the capacity to come back as they would have.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
To news from the region, Trinidad's minority opposition party, the Movement for Social Justice, is calling on the government to work towards stamping out corruption left behind by the former People's Partnership government. MSJ leader David Abdullah told the Special Congress on the weekend this is the only way Trinidadians could endorse the PNM government.
MSJ leader David Abdullah threw down the gauntlet to the Dr. Keith Rowley-led PNM government, asking them to change their culture and to deliver on a new culture of governance for the country. Abdullah proposed 4 areas of challenge for the newly elected PNM government.
Remove the incompetent governor of the central bank and reverse the decision by him to sell out our national patrimony, which are the assets of CLICO. He wants to sell out Republic Bank.
This issue, Abdullah said, the MSJ was making moves to mobilize against. Endemic corruption has been a major talking point in the public domain, and several cases have been highlighted in the media. Abdullah hoped the government would rise to the occasion of giving corruption the boot.
Tackle the issue of corruption by the UNC by allocating resources to the Attorney General's office so that competent, independent, and foreign if necessary, forensic auditors are hired with a team of special prosecutors to obtain all the evidence that one way or the other would resolve all the issues of corruption.
He says this will ensure that if there was no wrongdoing, that accused names would be cleared. However, if wrongdoing was uncovered, then they would have to face the music.
And finally, France's President François Hollande has declared that the country is at war following Friday's deadly attacks. At least 129 people died and dozens were injured in several attacks across the country. Hollande has requested a 3-month extension to the state of emergency, which was put in place in the wake of the heat. Terrorist group ISIS has claimed responsibility for the bloodbath. Meanwhile, the French prosecutor today said the attacks were planned in Belgium. Police confirmed yesterday that 2 of the cars used by the attackers were rented there. Authorities say one of the attackers is known to have lived in the community of Molenbeek, where 7 men have been arrested, and elsewhere in Brussels. More in this report from the BBC.
An anti-terror operation in a neighbourhood now at the centre of a major investigation. This was Molenbeek yesterday, where police raided properties in connection with the Paris attacks. Today, this Brussels suburb is quieter, but still key to the Belgian arm of this inquiry, and those who've lived here long are reeling. What happened yesterday, Darbabi Nabil told me, was like nothing I've seen before. There were lots of police and lots of weapons. It was the first time we've seen anything like that. But to some, these scenes are fast becoming familiar. Molenbeek, largely working class with a diverse population, has been connected with several cases of extremism. Now, Belgian authorities say one of the Paris gunmen lived here and another elsewhere in Brussels. Belgian officials admit there's a problem.
And that's news. There's more on our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, our email updates, and like us on Facebook. We're also on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you, as well as channel 101 on Flow TV and the Mix 96.9 FM. There you can get all the latest news and sports. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Have a good evening.